Is there anything else we need?
Well, looking at the gaming zone, there have been a couple topics that have been coming up. Topics concerning what's in your gaming systems right now, just listing off
Hey, that's a fun
pretty
one.
much what you've been playing lately. And there was an interesting topic posted by Phoenix talking about how the Nintendo DS has become the platform for RPG fans, and listing off several of the great games that have been released for the DS that fall under the RPG genre that have been phenomenal in my opinion, as I have played many of them. Games that include The World Ends With You, released last year by Square Enix. Very revolutionary, used all the features of the DS incredibly well, and really, if you've got a DS, you're not missing out if you don't. You're missing out if you don't get this one. Then there's also other games such as the Mario and Luigi Partners in Time game. You've got games like remakes of great games such as Chrono Trigger that was just released.
Always good.
And then you've also got some strategy RPG games like Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2 and Disgaea DS. I personally vouch for Disgaea. I think it's great. Beats the crap out of Final Fantasy any day. And then also, another game that I picked up
Bold
lately
words.
that... Don't argue with me, it's Disgaea, buddy.
Sorry.
Another game that I had just barely stumbled upon this gem. For anyone who's played the Harvest Moon genre and like how the farming aspect of a game mixes in, Rune Factory 2 has been released. It is a fantasy Harvest Moon, where it combines the elements of raising a farm and raising animals with the combat styles of a classic action RPG, where you go out into the dungeons and fight, level up your skills to get to some more areas where you can plant more crops. And it's actually, from what I've played so far, I'm still playing it, I'm enjoying this one very, very well. It appeals to both my love for Harvest Moon and my love for RPGs. So if you can find it, I mean, it took me forever to find this one. If you can find it, I suggest it highly.
They got, yeah. I mean, the Game Boy Advance had a ton of RPGs on it. That was an RPG platform. And now the DS, again, is another RPG platform. I think what developers are trying to do is realize that RPGs are so much longer games than typical adventures, first-person shooters, all those, that you need to take them on the run. And so there's no other genre to put on a platform than a handheld platform. And so the DS and Game Boy Advance easily took off with RPGs because you could take them with you.
Yeah.
Finally,
There's also a few...
complete your 40-hour quests on the road to Nevada from San Diego.
40 hours?
Yeah, no.
At 40 hours, you just started the
right.
game. But that's just my personal opinion on RPGs.
5 hours,
The PSP also has a few good RPGs to look into. They've remade Final Fantasy 1 and 2 for the PSP. They've been released lately. I haven't looked into them too much, but they've released Star Ocean on the PSP. I don't know much about it, but I do know that Star Ocean was a really good RPG for its day, and I believe it is a remake of the original Star Ocean put onto the PSP.
Well, that's comforting.
And then there's also Final Fantasy Tactics, a remake of Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lion, a remake of the original Final Fantasy Tactics for the PSP from the original PS1 game. I picked it up, I played it, it has some extra content for those who had played the original, who want a little bit more. It does lag a little bit when you use skills, but other than that, it plays incredibly well. And then, of course, my personal favorite for the PSP, there is a remake of the original Disgaea 1. For pretty much, if you want to fulfill a game that never ends, pick up Disgaea.
Alright, there you have it. We got our topics. We got the BDC revival. We're looking forward to what else that's going to bring. And so, lastly, if y'all have any questions you want to ask us, because we like to answer questions, please submit them to us. You can submit them to either myself or Ryu by email at sirkipple23@yahoo or RyuKenshin75 at hotmail. Alright.
Or just PM us on the forums. We'll get them either way.
Do that too. That always works. I haven't been on Envision Freeform in a while, so I kind of forget how it works.
So in other words, if you want it to be heard, send it to me, and I will get to it probably sooner than you.
No, because I get email notifications, so I'll get it just as quickly if you really want to argue about this.
Alright. So anyway, send us your question, guys. We'll be excited to answer them, and stay tuned for our next episode.
Peace out, y'all.